Welcome everybody, it's Taormino here, and today's a great day because it's Monday. And that means I've got another memory for you. So let's start this one off straight. Now, I mentioned in the last episode that there are games that I've gotten from my cool uncle who gave me games that really made me fall in love with certain genres of games that I probably wouldn't have even thought of. One of them actually is right behind me. It's a game that he probably shouldn't have gotten me because of the rating of it, but it's right here. Right back here. You see this game? Let me get it close up for you. Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64. Now, me and my brother, we received an N64 for Christmas one year from my parents. And, we had Mario Kart, Mario 64, Diddy Kong Racing, things like that. And I remember my uncle giving this to me, and I was like, oh, I think I remember this character from Diddy Kong. Like, when I got it, I already had Diddy Kong Racing. I was like, oh yeah, I remember him. He was with Banjo-Kazooie, and he's with Diddy Kong, and he wasn't my character in that game. I liked the turtle instead. But little did I know, when I played this game, that it was for mature audiences. Again, he was the cool uncle who got us all the cool games that if my parents knew exactly what was on this cartridge, they wouldn't have let us have it.
Oh.
I'll tell you that right now. So, I'm like, oh, it's a cute little squirrel. This is my perspective when I'm booting the game up. I didn't really read the back of the boxes. I was like, let's just rip it open, Christmas Day, just play it all frickin' day. All night. We ain't got school tomorrow. We're going to play the game all friggin' day. That's what we always did with our games. And all of a sudden, you start the game up, and you have the N64 logo, and Conker cuts it in half with a friggin' chainsaw. Okay, so that was that. And then you start the game in a bar. And when you start the game, Conker gets really pissed drunk. And he stumbles out of the bar and vomits on somebody. And you see the vomit all coming out. The guy's like, ugh. And then he wanders off, and then he gets lost because he was drunk. And then you proceed to meet this scarecrow who says every curse word in the book. Every single one. Telling you the story of context clue or context buttons.
Context sensitive.
Well, what does that mean?
It means context sensitive. It's sensitive to context.
The game is just crazy. There's parts of the game, just in the beginning, where there was a sunflower with huge jugs. And there was a bumblebee who wanted to pollinate her.
There you go. She's all yours.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm going in. Wish me luck, fella. I feel like a new man.
So do I.
And you have to jump on her jugs to collect money.
Hey, I'm here. Hurry up. Pick me up, shithead.
Up above her, because that's your in-game currency was money with the eyes that like the money, like a stack of money. They had like cartoon eyes on them.
That's the money you could be saving with Geico. What?
There's a part where you had to feed a mouse a bunch of cheese. He got too gassy and bloated, and he exploded into bloody chunks all over the place.
Oh! Uh-oh. Oh no! I think I've had too much!
There's a part where you fill a trough with prune juice, and then you have all these cows drink the prune juice.
This looks quite nice. Looks to be cranberry flavoured. Lovely. Ooh.
And then they said they got the screaming shits.
Ooh, it's like the screaming shits. I'm out of here.
And they start shitting in a grate in the middle of the field.
Ooh.
You're seeing the poop come out their butt. Like, this isn't... I'm gonna play it. Like, watch this now. Poop's coming out the butt. Look at that. No joke. And then you ride a big bull, and then you run the bull into the cow, and they explode into bloody chunks again. And then more cows come, and they poop in the grate. And then you kill the bull.
Why am I such a fat bastard?
And then in order to escape where you're at, then you got to swim through the poo. I'm not making this up. You swim through the frickin' poo. Poo water to get out. You know, and it's just, this game was everything that I was not expecting it to be. That was a good thing, though. This game, because I believe in humor, and I believe in there's a right place and time for all types of humor. This game was very raunchy. There was a point where you're in a nightclub with a bunch of rock people, and you get drunk. You drink booze. And then you pee on them. They turn into boulders, and you can push them around with your pee. I'm not making this up, all right? And it was just something that I was not expecting. So initial shock value, pretty much at every point of this game, was there. Where you had to fight the Great Mighty Pooh, who was a giant piece of poo who was singing opera.
I am the Great Mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you.
And you throw toilet paper in his mouth to defeat him. And then you flush him down the toilet.
Hey, over here!
Look what you've done! I'm blushing! I'm blushing!
I mean, like, even they tease like Nazis in the game, because a bunch of the squirrels are fighting a bunch of teddy bear like German Nazis in the game. And then there's a multiplayer aspect to the game where you can have a bunch of your friends, up to 4 players. You know, they have the whole split screen. I had a bunch of my friends come over, and we're either playing versus against one another, or we're playing against the teddy bears. We were on the teddy bear team, and we're fighting the squirrels or whatever. And the kills were brutal. You can kill people with chainsaws and cut them in half. You can snipe people, and you can just like shoot off like a quarter of their head, or like half of it, or like all of it. Just have their whole head explode. Or if you shoot them with a rocket launcher, they explode in a whole bunch of pieces. It's just, this game was crazy, and they make fun of a lot of real life moments in regards to war. They make fun of the Matrix movie, because it was close to when it was silly at the time. So you shoot a bunch of slowed down bullets, and you're dodging between like a bunch of pillars and stuff like that. They make fun of Alien in the game as well. It's just crazy. Like, the villain wants Conker to capture Conker because his table is missing a leg. Like, his legit wooden table is missing a leg, and he keeps spilling his milk. And Conker's the perfect height to keep his table level.
The table.
Like I said, I can't make this up, guys. It was just the whole game playing it was, especially at the age that I was, like in middle school, where like this raunchiness was like the best. Like at every turn, I was just cracking up and just laughing so hard, and I'd have all my friends come over. We would all laugh at this game and just have a great old time. It was just so fun to be able to experience this game at the appropriate age where it's like, oh my goodness. Like now it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe that's in a game. Back then I was just like, that's funny. Like that is funny. And being in that state of mind when I was younger, I think made the experience so much better. That it wasn't just like, oh my goodness, that's offensive to someone. It was just like, I'm peeing on people. Like there's little fire imps and you pee on them. And they're like, son of a bitch, or something like that. There's in the beginning of the game in the tavern, you look at your save files and it brings you to different windows and you have your multiplayer. There's a password one. And then you can type in like FU, and then like the guy will be like, prick. Like, so he'll like respond to you knowing that you like call him an asshole or something in a code. He'll like yell back at you, little fire imps. It was just so much fun. There was actually a point in the game where you do like a Dracula zombie. I'm very scared of zombies. All right. It's not the zombies per se. It's the fact of being outnumbered so heavily. That's a story for another day. But there's a scene where there are zombies and vampires. There's like a horror part of the game. And you're going through like the creepy woods and like the haunted mansion and stuff like that. I remember legit being terrified of that. Like it really scared me. Like it was no joke playing through that part of the game. The vampire guy really scared me. But other than that, I mean, the game was just incredible humor-wise. And like you would think it would be like one-sided, that like, oh yeah, this game is just funny. Like, no, it was difficult at times, and like I said, it gave me another range of emotion when I actually went through that horror portion of the game. I actually was scared, and I don't get scared very often, but for some reason, something about it just made me just was off. It just freaked me out, and I didn't like it. And to this day, I still hate going through that section of the game, and I just don't know why. I really don't. But yeah, playing the game, and I've played it through tons and tons of times. I eventually sold my copy. I ended up selling a lot of my games. My wife needed some extra cash while she was in college for school books and stuff like that. So I bit the bullet, and I sold a lot of my games, like my Final Fantasy 3, my Conkers, my Mario Kart, my Star Fox, things like that. Like a bunch of my favorite games. I sold them all. So now I'm slowly getting them back. I spent $90 on this. Are you kidding me? $90 frickin' dollars now. It's because we, people of the retro gaming market, the people who want these games again, we're making the price influx because of our wants. Because we're too dumb. We sold them as kids because we were stupid. Because I was so stupid. But let me know what you think, guys, of Conker's Bad Fur Day. Don't talk about the Reloaded edition, the one that came out on Xbox. That's pure garbage. Hot circle of garbage. So don't come into my comment section talking about that. The game is nonsense. They took out everything that was good and fun out of the N64 game and put it out on Xbox, and it was just terrible. It was an epic fail. But let me know if you guys have ever played Conker's Bad Fur Day before, if you've owned it in the past, if you look to own it, if you've seen any gameplay of it, what's your opinions of it. I'd love to hear it down below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next Memory Monday.